LeBron's game-winning three-pointer last night was the longest make of the season for the King. The shot was also the longest of several go-ahead shots in the final 3 minutes of LeBron's career and had social media debating about how clutch the King has been overall. So, Shannon, scale of 1 to 10, how clutch has LeBron been in his career?
Well, he's as clutch as any player has ever been in their career. And Chris just read the stat of since he's been 97 game-tied on go-ahead shots in the final minutes. And Kobe only Kobe has more. And you look at LeBron, 5 playoff buzzer beaters. And Skip like to say, walk off. Ain't no more, I got to get a stop. I stole the inbound play. He has 5 of those. Nobody else has that many. The 34-footer, as Jenny mentioned in the read, the second longest next to Dame shot against Paul George. Skip, I mean, people forget, he hit the shot over Kawhi in Game 7 to put him ahead for good, right? That's clutch. The greatest block in NBA history.
Says you.
No, Skip, don't do it. Skip, now you told me playoffs get a little added boost than the regular season. Now, shouldn't Game 7 get the ultimate boost, considering what had happened? You said nobody can make a shot. Maybe if Andre Iguodala makes that, maybe the floodgates open.
Maybe if JR hadn't cut him off at the pass, right, and made him shoot a layup instead of dunking it so that LeBron could catch up and block it as a chase down.
And see, what people do is they talk out both sides of their mouth. They criticize LeBron for making the right play, but they criticize Russ for not making the right play. So he's like, well, what should I do? If I pass it, I shouldn't have passed it. Russ doesn't pass it. Russ, why you forcing him that bad shot? Pass it to a guy that has a better shot. LeBron passes to a guy that has a better shot. LeBron, you got to take that shot. I mean, you the GOAT. You the king, right? You say you the king. So the king got to take the shot. No. LeBron said, I'm going to make the right play. And the right play, there's never a wrong time to do the right thing. He is all-time clutch. I mean, you want to say, hey, look, Jordan is Jordan. Kobe is Kobe. But there are a lot of guys that you say, well, I want him taking the last shot. But since they've been in the league, the same amount of time LeBron has been in the league, they don't have as many walk-offs. They don't have as many buzzer beaters. They don't have many game-ending or game-tying shots. That's all I'm saying. So I ain't taking nobody over him. I ain't taking nobody over him.
Okay, scale of 1 to 10, I will give LeBron a 5 for clutchness. I will give Jordan a 10 for clutchness because Jordan still has the most walk-offs, 9, to LeBron's 7, but LeBron has now played 320 more games than Jordan played. And now let's go back to his buzzer beaters that you always talk about. The first one, I watch every LeBron game live. I was watching on January 23rd, 2009, a Friday night, and LeBron finally hit a walk-off against Golden State and over Turioff.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, that was his 478th NBA game. It took him 478 games to finally hit a walk-off because he wasn't that clutch. He wasn't born with the clutch gene.
So hold on, that's 5 years. So in other words, it took him till he got 23, when most guys are just getting out of college at 23. But okay, go carry on.
We go 09 later that year. You got the shot heard around the world. It was against Orlando. And it's the classic. If he, Chris Broussard brought it up here a few minutes ago.
Right.
It's a catch and shoot. No, you just can't think about it because Mo Williams just passes it in bounds. There's what, 1 second left?
Right.
And I don't know what Turkoglu was thinking, but he plays him to drive. There's a second left on the clock. You got to get up on him. Turkoglu's 6 feet 8 inches tall, and LeBron just goes up and shoots it and makes it and saved the day for the moment.
Right.
And then they fell apart thereafter and lost in 6 to Dwight Howard's Orlando Magic.
LeBron just averaged 38, 8, and 8.
Okay?
But
And then Paul George plays him to shoot it, and LeBron just dribbles right around him and goes up and shoots a left-handed layup off the glass. A layup off the glass at the buzzer to beat Indiana in the playoff game. Give you that one. Then there was the mad shot at Chicago. It wasn't a 3. It was actually a 2-point shot because David Blatt had called the play in the huddle for Kyrie to take the last shot, and LeBron, to his credit, was steamed about it and said, not on my watch. Give me the damn basketball. And he undid David Blatt's play, and basically that call cost David Blatt his job.
David Blatt's job.
It was the end of David Blatt, and to LeBron's credit, He got mad. He quit thinking. He just went straight up and shot a deep 2 and made it to win the game. Way to go. Then we got the greatest regular season shot, really the greatest buzzer beater. This is the one I always give you, over Jimmy Butler. It was a regular season game, I believe, at Minnesota. It was versus Minnesota.
Oh, that 35 and 17?
It was a big-time shot. I give you that one. It was a great shot. And then we've got, after the goaltend against Indiana in the playoffs, there's a blatant goaltend by LeBron. And the Pacers are all down there screaming to the referee, and he takes the ball and dribbles it fast to the other end, and just goes up and shoots it and wins the game with nobody guarding him. Okay, I'll give you that one. And then the Toronto play. Remember, Ty Lue has the brilliance not to call timeout, just to take it in bounds and just go with it. Anunoby, he was just a rookie, he was guarding him, and he dribbles the length of the floor, and he runs out of backboard. He has no angle left on the backboard and still banks it.
Yes.
I think he didn't call bank on it. I think he lucked it in, but I will give you that. Okay, so now let's even bring it forward to this year. How clutch has he been just this year? What did we see in that Golden State game? January 18th at home against Golden State. See the last second shot, can we? He just missed it. This is a shot that, if you're that guy against this team, that's a much better look than he had last night, and he LeBricked it. Okay?
That ain't no much better look, Skip. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's a much better look. It's not as deep. It's not 34 feet away.
Oh,
and then remember what he did against Washington at home when they were really struggling? He's got, here's the shot one more time. Then against Washington, he's got a free throw to win the game at the end of regulation. Do you remember this? And he missed it. You can't miss that. And he fell away. He shot a fall-away free throw and left it short. And then in overtime, he's got another shot to win the game in overtime. There's the missed free throw. And this is this year. This is the guy you say is all-time clutch. And that was sort of like last night, and he missed way wide right. And then, remember, he comes back for the Sacramento game after he's out for, what was it, 20-odd games, 21 games. And this was on a Friday night at home, and he missed that shot at the end of the game. Am I right?
You believe, let me ask you a question.
I'm just showing you this year. Here's the shot. That's to win the game, and he LeBricks it long.
This year, you believe KD is more clutch than LeBron. KD has had 3 times in which he had a chance to win the game, and he's missed all 3 times. And a couple of those games, he had 2 cracks at it.
Okay.
Is KD clutch, yes or no?
Well, he's much more clutch career than LeBron is.
That's not what the numbers say.
Well, I'll take him any day.
No. Okay.
He's not been very good this year.
Personal preference.
Yeah.
Take personal preference out of it. What does the numbers say?
Okay. All right. We're not talking about KD. We're talking about LeBron James.
What you saying?
Okay. Let's go to 2018, Game 1 at Oracle. LeBron's having his career playoff night. He scored 49 points. He's been hotter from distance outside the paint than I've ever seen him in a game. And with 6 seconds left, he gets a switch. He gets little Steph on him. And all he has to do is pull up from
Look at Draymond. Look at Draymond. Look at Draymond and KD right
just
there.
Pull up and shoot it. If you're that guy, if you're the GOAT like you claim.
When have you ever known LeBron?
Just pull up. Shoot it over. The guy guarding you is 6'2". Just pull up and shoot it. You're on fire.
Skip, okay. Jordan's first game, when Jordan came back, I think it was his 3rd or 4th game. They're playing in the Garden. He drops 55. But the final shot, he passed it to someone. Why would he pass it when he's
Bill Whittington was wide open for a dunk.
George Hill was wide open for a layup.
He's going to get fouled.
Wide open for a layup.
Clay just reached out and fouled him. Because George Hill has never shot clutch free throws. I never liked him when he was a Spur. I was happy they traded him for Kawhi Leonard.
Take like out of it. Here's the guy that's an 80% free throw shooter. 80%. He's wide open for a layup.
Can't do it. Don't want it. You don't want it. You turned it down.
You see what you did? Now, Will Purdue or whoever dunked the ball, he was wide open.
Bill Winning.
But Jordan, Skip, he had 55. He was as hot as he'd ever been.
Okay, let's go to Game 2 last year against Denver. This was all-time classic. Last-second shot, and supposedly the play had been called for LeBron James. And what did he do? Rondo said, I locked eyes with him. He didn't move.
Decoy.
Move, LeBron. It's for you. It's for you. And AD had to go grab it and shoot it and make it. Save the playoffs.
Decoy.
That's Game 2. You're going to go down 0-2 in that game.
No, we're not. We already won.
Did you win Game 1? Okay, it's been 1-1. But the point is, LeBron, I locked eyes with him. He didn't move. LeBron wanted no part of shooting a last-second shot because he'd been abysmal in the 4th quarter from distance or outside the paint.
Skip, the numbers disagree with you. Now, you can pick 5 or 6 instances, but the body of work, the resume says that he's as clutch as any player that's ever played in the NBA. That's what the numbers say.
It's interesting to me that since LeBron James entered the league, in the last 10 seconds of games that are late and close, he has missed the most field goals and the most free throws of anybody, and it's by far. He's got 97 misses of that ilk. And 77 is Dwayne Wade is the next on the list.
Of the guys that came in when LeBron was in the league, how many other than Carmelo is still playing?
Well, but he's surpassed all of them in time spent playing, right?
Yeah.
So over that whole time, nobody has missed more free throws. If you go to 5 seconds left in games, nobody has missed more free throws since LeBron entered the league than LeBron. With the game on the line, last 5 seconds.
Since he entered the league, who's made more game-winning shots than LeBron?
Game-winning shot.
Game-winning, game-tying. Since LeBron has entered the league, who's had more? Since you want to take the misses since he's been in the league, how about give some credit for the makes? Who's made more?
How many of those has he turned down, has he run from because he does not like the late game free throw line? How many times did you just pull up and miss a deep three?
Skip,
I just showed you 3 from this year.
Okay, you criticize LeBron for making the right play. You criticize Russ when he could pass the ball and take a bad shot. So which is it? The same thing they did with Kobe. Kobe passed the ball, and then after overtime, now once Kobe retired, Kobe was a killer. How many times did they beat Kobe down because he took a bad shot when he could have passed it? Now we flip it around. Oh, Kobe was a stone-cold assassin, but that's not what you said at the time he was doing it, taking those bad shots. Now LeBron, he does the right. He always tries to make the right play. It doesn't always turn out right. He passes it to the guy might miss it. He take the shot, he might miss it.
I'll close my case with Game 5 of the finals last year. Last second shot, you can end the finals on this play, and he drives it, LeBron does, down the right side of the lane. And at the last